Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. There picks up a couple to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Right back to it. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time, Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
Breaks the tackle. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Second and long here. Quarterback signaling to his guys. To throw, it's Daniels. Sends it downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Taking it the other way.
Hey, sometimes numbers lie, but this quarterback just learned a valuable lesson. These numbers don't lie. One of the best defenses against the pass, and you see why right there. Man, they break on the football, so much speed in the back end, break on it, make the play. This defense is legit, and that QB's finding out firsthand.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Quick give. It's Johnson. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Man, I think they're going to look back on this one, guys, just with frustration, just an opportunity missed. Your defense did the best thing they could do, starting the game, forcing a turnover. Now you get the ball, and you give it right back. So the momentum you had and the energy that was in the building, now it goes swinging right back to the other side.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Rides to the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Trying to squeak through the pile. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain. It's 4th down. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on 4th down. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. This offense has it with really good field position. Motion from the back. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Left side, it's Johnson. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Clemson. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. Right down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And so far, man, everything's been difficult for this offense. And credit to the defense. They've taken away all the easy stuff. The easy perimeter throws, the quick throws. Nice job playing fast, playing physical. But this QB's got to get a little bit more in rhythm, be a little bit more patient, go through his progressions a little bit better. Right now, so far, it's an 0 for 4 start.
All the way out across the 45-yard line, marked it out of bounds at the 46.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Working the ground game. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
The kick is on its way. searching for space. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. Just feeds the running back. Pass to 6. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. Fresh downs going up top. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on second down. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Keeps it on the ground. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
Now on first down from the 28. Sells the run, looking to pass. Fires to the right. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Long way to go on second down. To the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. To the air. It's Daniels. Right side, it's Boggs. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Drops back on first down. Almost picked off.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Robinson. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Breaks into the open. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tigers. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And how about the defense coming up huge? It looked like this was going to get really, really close, and they do what they do, man. Make that one big play, Palmer. Force not only the turnover, and then take it all the way back to the house. They looked like they were about to give up points, and then all of a sudden, they get points of their own.
And that was a bad decision by the quarterback, too, David. I get it. You're trailing on the scoreboard, but you got to know you can't get it all back on one throw. He threw that into traffic. Give the defense credit. They were where they needed to be. They didn't just pick it off. They took it to the house and added insult to injury.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Making the adjustment. Sets his feet. It's Daniels. Turns it upfield. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's looking to pass. Between the hashes, it's Lopez. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Oh, that is a rope for the completion in this offense. I'll tell you, you think about great Seminole quarterbacks, the 3 W's. Wenke, Winston, Ward. Dudes that could change the game. Heisman Trophy winners.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Oh, he's got some space. All the way back. Touchdown, Clemson.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Here he comes with the return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Right back to the well. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. The Noles will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Got enough for the first down. On the move at the 30. Oh, a lot of space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida State. On to attempt the try. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And it's finished off with that thrilling 56-yarder for the score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
Right back to the well. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got him downfield. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Motion from the wideout. Snap on first down, wants to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Out wide right, it's Wesco. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
On the snap, it's Davidson. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Deep in the end zone, it's Singleton. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Carter. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Noles are in the hurry-up. He's changing the play. Wants to throw on first. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Wants to throw again. Looking down the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. Got to make the play on 4th. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point.
Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
From deep, it's Singleton. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Changing the routes with his receivers. Back to pass, it's Daniels. He wants to take the top off. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Got room on the return. At the 20. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. First play of this drive. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working.
He lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third down, he drops to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Boston College taking on the number 13 team, the Duke Blue Devils.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back.
There he goes. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown, Tigers. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Making the adjustment on the play. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Seminoles in the hurry-up.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Caught over the middle. It's Boggs. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be first down. The Seminoles are marching down the field.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Looking to throw again. Here comes the heat. And down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Back to pass, it's Daniels. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Seminoles. Getting set for the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to